Hello and welcome. Welcome to CPR's Clubhouse Live. My name is CPR Jose Ortiz, and I'm being joined by DME Music. We have D. Marie, and of course, her brand new artist and protege, Nora Yvelle. Thank you so much for joining us here on CPR's Clubhouse Live. We're actually recording this on Music Day, the day that Nora Yvelle's song Secret Admirer was released. As a matter of fact, I was just talking about how at midnight I got the download and I just pressed play and the song was playing for 6 hours straight while I slept. I think I remember the entire lyrics. I could be your background singer now, Nora, because I know all the words to the song. So I'm gonna go with Nora. How does it feel to have your first song out into the public?
I was just anticipating for the song to come out and, just excited. And I didn't know what kind of feedback I was going to get from the song. So I was just really like keeping to myself and um, not getting too excited all of a sudden. I just wanted to see what the feedback was. And it's been really overwhelming with great feedback
Yes.
for sure.
Dee Marie, what did you find this brand new artist that you brought into your fold to your label? How did you come across Nora Yvelle?
Well, Lit and I had a relationship going back as far as when FMR, Freestyle Music Radio, had Evan Alexander doing their show. And, I met Jose, and then I had another artist that was on the roster, and they invited us out to Detroit for their interview. And prior to that, somewhere around that time, I recognized Nora. And I think she might have said something about a song, so I went and researched her because I plug in and I listen very closely. And when I heard the song and I seen the video, and I was like, wait a minute, this is a freestyle singer. So when I got out there, I was able to just kind of say, hey, are you interested? And it didn't happen right then and there because we did go into COVID shutdown, but I think it was maybe a year later, we just brought the idea back of her performing a song for us because I was given two tracks and one of them just really felt feminine. And so we presented it to Nora, and that's kind of where our ball.
Nora, have you been a fan of freestyle music? Have you been familiar with the sound previously?
Yeah, I've actually been around freestyle music since I was little. My siblings are way older than me, and they're from that generation with Latin freestyle music. And being in the urban area, you're gonna have it in your blood already because even the newer generations listen to it. So um, it's still staying alive, and it's been in my family for generations.
That's pretty amazing. And the fact that now you are the one they have to wait for the song to come out and for them to play you. It's just like a full circle. How would they know all these years later that their little sister is going to be singing freestyle music? So I think that's pretty great. When I first heard the song last night, it reminded me of when I first heard Freestyle Parade Volume 2, or when I put together a compilation back in 1998, how it was first played on the radio, and we're listening, we're the audience. And, I felt the same way about you and this project, having people play it, give it good feedback. A lot of the feedback that I thought of when I heard the song was a little bit of Rochelle, a little bit of Jocelyn Enriquez, and it's a great voice. It isn't like it's not overwhelming, it's not underwhelming. It's just right for the song, especially with the platinum room edition. Everything blends well, so it blends well so well, and it blends so well because of the fact that you got Edward Ramos to do the mix down for the platinum, but that mix was very well done, and it really does complement the voice.
Thank you.
So my hat goes off to you guys because it is a good project. It is a project that I hope that everybody embraces, and I absolutely hope that it's a success for you.
Appreciate that. Thank you so much.
So DME has been around for a few years now. You have an extensive catalog. I mean, I'm going to read off some of the songs, right? So you were representing Jesse B. This is Life, Time Gone, Lost in the Music, Breaking Me Down. Of course, you had other songs on your catalog: Charlie XO, Haunted, What Must I Do, Lucy Love, um, uh, Diddle D, Back Over to You, and my personal favorite song from the entire catalog, Into the Night by Diddle D, especially with Wonder Woman, with the. Uh, I think it's a good catalog. What got you interested in wanting to be part of this music? What got you interested in wanting to, um, you know, manage, produce, have your own label? What got you into it?
I've always been involved in music somehow. Just I have a family that has a musical background as well, but they're like more musicians. So that's just always been around. And my dad listened to classic rock when I was younger in Illinois, and just growing up, and then this freestyle, like we've talked about before, where it's like my face, is behind the singer, and I'm like, wow, this is so amazing. So fast forward to now, just growing up with the music, and then was able to just, I guess, use my influence, or my pull that I had at the time when Jesse came out as a solo artist, and
Yes.
thought, hey, I'll take this and I'll share it. And then I went just a little step further, and I said, let me design this flyer for you, and I worked with Sal Medina and Bernardo Sierra, and just developing, and it just turned into something so fun, and something that I've always enjoyed. Going to concerts and just living the VIP life, and just loving it. I still do that to this day. All genres.
Yep.
So yeah, it. Today I was thinking about it. I was like, man, I don't think my people around me think I really work. They're like, you're up there playing music, you're laughing, I'm dancing around, but it's fun. I'm doing something that I really like.
I know now that you seem a little bit seasoned, right? You're more calm. You're more like just you observe and then you act. It seems like you've learned a lot for the last few years. What has been your biggest lesson? Because I know you've been through the gambit with different artists and their comings and goings. But what has been your biggest lesson so far in this music?
Um, I've learned a lot of lessons. But I'm still, bold, and still, that's what makes me me. I think in what, I'm out there in your face and stuff like that. I have, my biggest lesson is just to make sure everything is in writing. Um, don't take on too much more than I can handle, because not everybody's going to be happy. And,
Yes.
I can't please everybody. That's another lesson of mine. I can't do it all. I'm a one person, and I also realize that I can't outsource either, because they don't have that DME, touch. So, just downsizing and focusing better on one artist, I think would.
And how does it feel to hear your own voice on your own records, like DME music in the beginning? Um,
Yeah, no, somebody played the artistic version of This Is Life, and I was like, oh my god, I forgot about that, because I haven't listened to it for a while. Just
yeah.
been busy with life, and moving across the country and all this stuff. So yeah, it's kind of, with Nora, it's kind of cool that I went back and I said, you know what, let me write down some things. Let me show what I've been involved in, because it's not just the songs that you were seeing. You were seeing all the imaging that was coming out of DME's camp, was coming from me, most of it. Diddle was on his. We didn't have to worry about Diddle too much, because he had his already artistic idea of things, and
Right.
but yeah, I think that's what
Nora, how does it feel? How did it feel like now that it's all said and done, and you're ready to now even celebrate with a record release party on June 25th, and people are going to come and see your family, friends, the community? How is it? Is it a good anticipation? Is a lot of work being put in to your first performance?
Yeah, it's been kind of a long time coming. Me, I've always done a lot of work in the community, helped out the community, and I've always been the singer here in my neighborhood, and they know it. And everybody is just rooting for me. So I have people out of nowhere that I've known for some time, and they've always been there for me for my music, and they're just ready for me to have this record release party, and come up with some new music. So they're very excited to see what I brought to the table for this first song.
Did you really think that you were gonna get like 100%? Like, you had the freestyle Rotten Tomatoes, and you were gonna get 100% on the freestyle Rotten Tomatoes, where no one has said anything negative about your song publicly, and everybody who hears it is like, this is a good song. So did you think you were gonna get like 100%? Like you got a perfect score?
You know what? I think that constructive criticism, whether good or bad, is good. So even if I didn't make it to 100%, it's still there's something to learn from it. So it's not a
Yeah,
bad thing.
absolutely, absolutely. So right now we're gonna be joined by one of the people that was involved in the project. We got Angel Feliciano, also known as DJ AF. How are you, sir? How's everything?
Hi, Angel.
Angel, go ahead.
I said I'm good. How are you?
All is well. So, what was your involvement in the project? What did you do on the Nora Yvelle Secret Admirer song?
So back in, I think it was January or February, when she told me that they were going to do a song, she's like, "I'd like to get your input." And I think originally she expected me just to do an edit, like a DJ edit.
Right.
And I was like, "Yeah, let me hear it, because I want to hear it first." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But back then, obviously, the song wasn't done. So a few months went by. I kind of just, felt like they forgot about it. So I'm like, oh well, that's what happens sometimes, right? And projects get pushed, especially nowadays. But she inboxed me one day out of the blue and's like, I got the song. I'm gonna send you the file and see what you can do. I heard it. I loved it right off the bat. I knew that it was, something special. I heard the original, and I took a lot of pieces from the original version, but I added, I called her and I said, "Hey, what kind of liberties are you giving me? Can I add stuff to it? Can I, change it around and move it around?" And she's like, "Yeah, just do whatever you can do." And so, I guess the result is what we hear.
How exciting is it to have your name attached to a project like this? Because this is a good project, and to have a mix, say, DJ AF, Angel Feliciano mix. How does that feel?
Well, it feels kind of different in the freestyle community, because as you guys all know, like, or maybe not know, some people don't know, is I've been in the house music community for a long time. So putting out a release is not anything new to me, but doing it with, in a genre and in a community where everyone is kind of very close knit. We're in the house, community. It's on a world scale, so it's a little harder to get seen there. It's a lot easier to get seen here.
Right.
And I think it's cool. I mean, I am for pushing new music, new artists, stuff that I personally like. Much like you, like our taste and quality may, differ slightly, but overall, I think we're kind of in the same range.
Well, your level of excitement and the way that you stamped your name on the Nora track, had me listen to it, and I got your edit. You gave me a short radio version, because we have an hour at certain stations, that we got to make sure that we're on the time. But listening to Nora, and I go back to Rochelle and Jocelyn Enriquez and these great voices in our music, and seeing that, it's somebody that we should get behind and support. And I pre-ordered the song immediately, after listening to the snippet that I got and some of the versions that I got. So, thank you for recommending the track. It is a great track, and it's something that I'm going to absolutely put on rotation.
Yeah.
Nora, I wanted to ask you in regards to, songs for the future. Are you, with the excitement of this particular song, are you wanting to do something more in this music, or do you want to do other types of music?
I think I'm going to probably think about doing something in Spanish or Spanglish. And the genre, I do want to stick around in freestyle, and I do want to still be versatile. So definitely want to go hard at, the freestyle, since I'm in it right now, and give my best. And then also, give that versatility that I do have background with.
Now, Dee Marie, are you planning to bring her everywhere like you did with the other artists? Because I know that there was a specific time where I was doing a show here in New England, in Massachusetts. And you're like, "Hey, I'm going to send you this artist," and I'm like, I'm like, Jesse B's here. I'm like, but you know, it's like, how did he get here? You know, so it's like, so you know, it's are you planning to do some more of that? You know, just to surprise people with Nora, and just you know fly her around and you know whatever.
Side note, I never flew anybody anywhere. Listen, I am 100% business, and I know the story of TLC and all them, and like writing down. This is coming out of your digital money. Cut. Nora, I was very, very transparent with Nora, where I said, you know, you gotta really take these things to an account because you know it's a lot of my time and energy that's spent on you know utilizing people and things that I've you know become really good friends with over the years, and I just kind of told her, you know, but yeah, no, I think that we need to get her out there moving. I think everybody's excited to hear, you know. That's why my idea was to go with the acapella first, is so everybody can just hear her sing and come, you know, through those speakers. And I had a, you know, something to prove. You know me, and I know you, so I had kind of something to prove. And it's not just, you know, we are a pretty dope community, even within all of our chaos. You know what I mean? I don't think rap communities and all them have just such a strong sense of like how we are on lives and we're making shows and we're doing all these cool things. I know I'm getting off the subject, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna bring Nora places, and we've got DJ AF in the building who has granted us access to his super cool show that's coming up with George Anthony and Diddle D and
I think that's so cool. Like I already saw her like two events with Nora Yvelle already in it, and it was like even before the track was truly released. I know that Lit Entertainment, which you spoke of earlier on, you know, they did a listening party. Angel goes live, and he has his listening party for Nora Yvelle, and it was really cool. And you know, I like to do like surprise releases without talking about the name, and then wait for people to say, "Yo, who's that? Yo, who's that?" I love that. That's my favorite part about the music. Like playing a song and letting people guess who it is. And then they're like, they compare her to other artists. Is that a new Rochelle? Is that a new Justin Enriquez? No, it's Nora Yvelle. And like, wow, that's where you got to support it. You got to buy it. So I always like that. I always like getting those positive feedbacks. Um, Now, Nora, have you been prepared for how the community acts with their freestyle artists? Sometimes they're a little possessive, sometimes they're a little rude, sometimes they're a little bit of everything. Have you gotten prepared? Are you ready for the fight?
I think that it's gonna get a little confusing because I have friends that I've known for some time, and now they're gonna probably think of me differently, you know, and they're like, "Oh, it's Nora. I gotta like act all different now, you know, because I'm like my neighborhood celebrity in a way, you know, making history." So they already know me as somebody already doing big things in the community. But this is another level with something that I really love doing as well, besides the community work and singing. So yeah.
Yeah, and this is our music. Freestyle is it's a Latino based thing, you know. That's and then it became Italian based thing, and then it just became a world thing where you know African Americans and everybody from all different cultures just get together, and it became a melting pot of different types of music blending with each other. And now it's just a world music that people love. And I love the fact that when I go to my shows, there's an eclectic, you know, diverse crowd, and so I hope that that happens to you as well, happens for you. I'm really excited about the track. Like I said, it should be on rotation with all my shows, and I'm sure that all the DJs out there are going to be spinning it. You know, have you written your own music? Is this song written for you by you, or did someone do this song for you?
Actually, I wrote the song myself pretty much. The idea of it was given to me, maybe like the love part, you know, was like, you know, put something with love in it. I'm like, you know what? I got you. And then I just came back with D, and then I gave her the idea. I put the rap on there, which was more of a prayer that you do before you sleep, right?
Mhm.
Before I lay me down to sleep, I pray the Lord my soul to keep. So that was part of the idea for that part of the song when I did a little rap skit area. And then the singing part just came naturally. I think the best part for me when I do sing is to take people away to another world, or make them feel different, even if I'm saying my love, like, but it's about the passion you put into the song and the beat in the background, and just everything all put together just brings you to a whole nother world.
Angel?
I have a question for Nora, actually. The melody of the song, did you hear that melody the whole time, or is that something that maybe Edwin helped you cultivate a bit? Like, how did the melody come about?
It just kind of came natural for me. Usually when I do write music, if I'm around other creative minds, like Edwin Ramos, or um, other artists in my neighborhood, it's like, even for myself, it just comes naturally for me. I start hearing the beat. If I like it, I start going, okay, how would I start putting the words into place? Well, what would the song be about? And then I just start writing different things in a journal. And I put it together. It looks all a mess in a notebook for me, but then when I put it together, it looks good, And when I sing it, it comes together. So then I
So
have to hear
Were
for
you
feedback.
recording in Connecticut, or did you record in your area and send all the information over to Platinum Room?
So originally what had happened was I tried to find different places that I can record over here in my neighborhood. And unfortunately, I've been finding a lot of studios that were for rappers because they didn't know, and I felt like my voice wasn't getting that full potential for somebody to work with it, and I'm like, okay, I need to go somewhere. And somebody said, go to Edwin Ramos, and then somebody else said it, and then I had 100 people tell me. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go to Edwin Ramos. So I drove out in January all the way 13 hours from Detroit to
Wow.
Connecticut, and it was really nice. It was something, that I can look back on and say, okay, I took a chance on my voice, on my music, on my own, without having to depend on other people, and did it myself, and I don't regret it, and I would do it again, because I know that's the best thing to do.
I think I like that story, and now I'm gonna be more endeared to play the song because of the fact that I like artists who pay their dues, and the way that you're telling me that you drove 13 hours, to me that's admirable. Respect. That's something you should respect, and that's the way that I've always wanted artists to prove themselves to be true artists. I don't like the social media artists created. I like the ones that travel. Like I said, a few years back before the pandemic shut everything down, we had a show here, a celebration of Willie Valentine's birthday, and there's Jesse B, and I'm like, oh, ooh, Jesse B's here. So it's like it's having someone like Jesse travel his his from his area to here to earn their audience, and I think that that's going to be something that if you put in the work already, if you put in 13 hours to drive to record your vocals, I think you're well on your way. So I my hat's off to you.
Yeah.
Angel, you wanted to say something?
No, I just wanted to say, like the reason why I asked about the melody of the song, I really loved it, and I wanted to accentuate that in the the version that I did, and it feels like it was meant to be the way that it came out. I just I love the song. I love the way it came out, and I'm not just saying that because like I like the version I did. I did really genuinely think it lends itself well to the song.
I like
Yeah.
the sound effect at the end. D. Marie,
Hold on.
want to say something?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that sound effect's so cool. That I love
Yeah,
that.
that's D Mike. I believe D Mike made that. I believe.
Okay,
That piece.
I would love to. Well, when I'm out there with you, I'd love to come and sit down and see what the breakdown is, because
Yeah.
that's something that I'm not. I'm not with the break. I don't know what's what. I would have to sit there and really listen to D Mike's instrumental version, and then go back and really listen to yours. I hear the differences and stuff. I hear the fancy stuff on it, but yeah.
So who wants to explain the people that are involved in this project? Because I think everybody deserves a small shout out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Go
So.
ahead.
Yeah, that would be me because this is my baby. She's my baby. So, you asked me earlier about lessons learned, right? So, let's fast forward to now and me working with Nora and how I'm working with her just a little bit different and taking on this project as you've seen that it's a DME music featuring Nora Yvelle. So I really wanted control over this track, being that I didn't really have control of the other ones besides that I put it out and, I did all the legwork in a sense. Besides, just being able to give somebody, and we can keep pushing all the stuff, just like you're seeing now, right? You're seeing all this stuff coming out, and then that's DME Entertainment. That's what I do in the background, is that I'm doing the promos. I'm making sure that I'm trying to stay a step ahead. So we're in your face 24/7. But with Nora, going back to her traveling to Connecticut, we do have an unreleased version that she did record in Detroit. It's the same melody, she came with everything, right? We just had a couple of words that were given to us, like, well, maybe this can go this way. And she took literally like one word and just blew up this whole track, I'm like, wait a minute, where did this come from? And in the back of my head, I'm lying a little bit because I know she's super dope. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't be asking her to come along with me to, take on this new era of female DME artists. And, but yeah, so everybody in place, D Mike, I'm trying to remember. I think he just said, hey, D Marie, I have a couple of tracks and, I want you to listen to them. And this is going back probably 2 years. I said, all right, send them over. So I've been holding on to these tracks. And then I was like, yo, Jesse, you want to get on this track or whatever? And Jesse listened to it. But at the same time, I was always thinking, this is very, maybe he can do something with it. I don't know. So he said, no, thanks, whatever. And I said, man, it's a female. Like I told you earlier, it's a female. It's got to be a female voice on it. So we reached out to Nora, and she just, like I said, she took off with it. And then from there, she went and recorded in Detroit. It just something was missing for me, right? Going back to my perfectionist. And it's just something was missing. And I said, you got to go out to Edwin, and Edwin and I had been already, we're friends. And, I think he's really dope. I think what he's done in the business is amazing. I dropped the billboard for him, and I thought that was super cool just because, that's Platinum Recorders. That's our people, you know what I mean? So I had to drop that billboard. And then, she was like, let's go out there. So I said, Edwin, Nora's coming. She went out there, she dropped it. Edwin helped her, he didn't really change anything of the song. He just brought out more from her, pushed her just more, and once I heard the first recording of it, blew me away. So yeah, everybody in them, Angel Beach.
The mix down for the platinum version was very well done. So right now I'm looking at all the people involved so far. So we have Edwin Ramos, we have Angel Feliciano, D Mike, of course, DME and Nora. Is there anyone else that was involved in this project?
Let me think. Who else is in? No, I mean.
While Nora is playing peekaboo with us because she's turning on the light and turning it off.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know if you heard my mom in the background. I turned the light on in the house, and she's like, "Turn off the light."
It is hot. It is hot.
You could never get too big-headed in your own home. You know what I mean? Like, I tell my mom, because I have a 3-family home. She lives on one of the floors. I'm like, I'm on 6 radio stations. She's like, vete pa'l carajo. I'm like, all right, well, thank you so much, Mom. Have a great day. It's like, in your house you ain't nothing. So, I guess for you, it's the same way. Turn on the light. Turn off the light. Okay, we're gonna save on the electricity bill for the summer.
Yeah.
Nobody's above Mom. Nobody's above Mom. That's for sure.
Right. I'm like, I got you, Mom. Let me shut it off and just go straight outside.
Nora, did you have any favorite freestyle artists that you heard throughout your life that you really loved?
So yeah, I do. I have all the regular ones, that everybody knows of course, Stevie B, Johnny O, Cynthia, I would say Raquel, Lil Susie, the regulars, and of course the cover girls. So a little bit of everybody has influenced me. But when it comes to the background of my voice, being from Motown and having so many different generations of influences, in my family, and music running in my family. My family having Tex-Mex influences, and you know, my dad being from Cuba, and you know, just being around this melting pot of different cultures here in
Yeah.
Southwest Detroit. It's just, I'm getting exposed to so many different things, and I'm just taking it all in. You know, and me being a singer and being exposed to so many different genres of music has been very good for me.
To me, I always draw comparisons to Rochelle, Praying for an Angel, and Jocelyn Enriquez, I've been thinking about you. So if you have a chance, listen to those songs if you haven't already. Because when I first heard Secret Admirer, I was brought back to those two songs. I told Dee Marie immediately, and that's always a great sign, right? Because to me, it's nerve wracking a little bit when people send me music and I gotta press play and then I gotta give them feedback. I'm like, oh man, it's gonna be so bad. I know it. And then I press it and I hear your voice and I'm like, oh my god, it's good. It's good. Angel Feliciano was right because Angel was like, the song was good. The song is good. I'm like, I really hope it's good.
He was like, in his mind, he was like, I'll be the judge of that. Thank you.
Yeah.
I was told I missed that live.
Yeah. You know, in my mind, I could only think I know a good tune when I hear it, but like he doesn't know my taste fully.
Right.
So, but, you know,
well, we always clash on taste, but when it, you know, sometimes in the freestyle community, you see that no matter who comes out with what, everything is always fire. There's a little fire emoji right next to the song, and then you listen to it, and I'm like, as a matter of fact, I got into a big back and forth this weekend because there were people trying to program music into my show, and my first rule is no one tells me what to play. So it was a big back and forth, but they wanted me to play this song that had 11 remixes by different people, like people with names, all right, Billboard people, right? And it doesn't matter how many remixes they had because the song is awful. And I couldn't find myself to be like, if I play Nora Yvelle and then follow with this, they're gonna shut the show off, and then I'm gonna turn it back the show back on ever again. So it's a responsibility. But I'm so glad that when I pressed play on Nora Yvelle's Secret Admirer, that it was good. And then listening to the entire versions now because again I heard it all last night for about 6 hours, the same EP, but listening to the quality and the mix downs and the vocals are right there with the beat. Everything is so perfectly done. It's quite frankly, almost a perfect freestyle song. It's in the range of 8 to 10. I won't tell you where, but yeah. But DME is not the first time because Into the Night by Diddle D is just like the best DME song in my opinion. You know what I mean? Because I think the Wonder Woman twirl and the vocals and all that good stuff, and it was also. It's also
remember that. No, we got to get that 10. We got to get a twirl in our video.
It's forever now. But Edwin Ramos has done a lot of good with your music. The mix downs, the fact that his studio, he helps accent the sound. And I think that's what makes it for me with this song. The fact that the mix was done by him, he leveled everything perfectly. The vocals don't sound lower than the beat. The beat doesn't sound higher. It's everything is blended perfectly, and that's what you want out of a perfect freestyle song. So, Nora, if you had an opportunity to work with anyone in the freestyle community, who would it be? Who would you want to work with?
I would like to do a collaboration with one of the men. Maybe Diddle D, George Anthony.
Nice.
I like Julio Mena's voice a lot because he has that R&B sound in it, and I like a lot, and he's so passionate with his lyrics, and I would like to do a duet with him as well. For females, I would like to do a female duet. That would be nice to do, and I would like to do that with maybe Cynthia one day. Yeah, just Cynthia.
I think that the men that you chose, I thought you were going to go to the old schoolers, but you went right there for the nitty gritty. You were like Diddle D. I'm like, okay. And then it was like George Anthony and then Julio Mena. I'm like, she got the trifecta right there. So she's good. She's solid. She picks some really good ones there. So let's talk about your record release party on June 25th. Where is it going to be?
So my record release party is going to be June 25th, which is Saturday. It's going to be in the suburbs of Detroit, Lincoln Park, Michigan. The address is 722 Southfield Road. And if you need more information, just go ahead and inbox me. I'm very good at messaging back. But yeah, we're actually booking right now. We're getting it's getting full, and we're getting some good feedback on it so far.
Yeah, the link will be in the description. Angel F, you also have like a backyard barbecue super party. Nora's gonna be there. I'm like, should I take a trip to this show?
You should take a trip.
Absolutely. But so let me know about your event.
So the party is August 7th. That's a Sunday. It's an all-day event. It's a 10-hour kind of music festival thing.
Nice.
It's at an outside venue that also has an inside venue connected to it. We're gonna have Nora, of course, Fabian. We're gonna have Diddle D, Julio Mena, Law, Romero, Jesse B, George Anthony, Lime, Seabank, and a house music artist by the name of Dino Latino, who's real popular out here.
Yes, I remember Dino Latino. I love his
yeah.
hype songs. But when you said Jesse B and Romero, shouldn't you be saying legacy? Like it's in like legacy.
There's one missing. There's one missing, but I don't know if they're gonna do a song from that catalog minus maybe the rap parts. I don't know how.
I could do the girls do it just for fun rap. I know the whole entire thing. There's audio of it. You know what I mean?
You come down, and I'm gonna make sure that we got an extra mic for you.
Watching for the scene like a wrecking crew. So we watch it for the girls and what they do. I won't even do it now.
Okay.
I don't want to embarrass myself.
Get it?
Yeah. So
you're taking the missing link.
So let me tell people real quick. If you watch this back, it's called. You can go to Eventbrite, Beats and Barbecue. We have pre-sale tickets. Let me tell you, the value for the money is amazing. It's $25 for a pre-sale ticket and $30 at the door. For what you're getting, a 10-hour like music festival, 10 DJs, 10 acts, all day long.
The biggest issue is going to be who is going to go first, and there's nobody here. I'm not singing, because you get that.
Well, that's okay. I mean, that's okay. It's part of it's. Nora's not going first, is what I'm saying.
No, I'm saying because then it'll be like, there's people here now. Can I go on again? I'm like, no. we have the Puerto Rican festivals here, and it happens all the time. So I always remember that. But DME, DMarie, like the catalog and the music that you have assisted putting out, it's a good catalog. It's pretty much a solid catalog. And a lot of the stuff that we have here is stuff that everyone pretty much celebrated. And I still look into the Diddle D Into the Night, which is my favorite. Whoever did the video, I love you, whoever you are. Speaking of that, is there a video in the works for Nora Yvelle's Secret Admirer?
I think that
I think there better be.
I think that would be really cool. I mean, we've been entertaining, seeing if a male artist wants to give us, some feedback or a rebuttal to the track. That's something that we thought about at the beginning, like getting someone and let's drop it, around the same time, just to hype it up. But we're like, no, let's bring out Nora by herself. Let's make it, just rock this track, and then let's drop the rebuttal on everybody. So I think that'll be really cool.
Nora, I got an idea for you for your video. So you're gonna go off on your video. You're gonna do the Secret Admirer thing. It could be a dream sequence. It could be this thing where you're dancing around in flowers and you're singing with your voice and and then at the end of the video,
they're really good.
Yeah, I know. Thank you. And then at the end of the video, you turn on the light, and your mom is yelling at you, "Turn off the light!"
Yeah, like it was all just a dream,
Yeah,
like she's creeping out the window. Shut the blinds.
Like, turn off the light. All right, that's great.
Yeah, I just wake up to reality. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
So listen, before we go, who would you like to thank? I know that you may have a big list or a short list, so share with us who would you like to thank when it comes to your project, Secret Admirer, available right now.
Yep. Yeah, Secret Admirer is available right now. It came out today. It's available on all platforms to buy, and it's called Secret Admirer by Nora Yvelle. And it's actually Music Day, National Music Day. So I told Dee, I was like, Dee, look at this. I did a Snapchat and it says Music Day. I was like, what are the chances that we chose this
Really?
date today? But yeah, first day of summer. And I would like to thank my mother first and foremost because she sings, you know, and she brought me in this world. So I definitely want to thank her. And then I want to thank all the musical influences I've had in my life, throughout my life, friends, family. Um, I would like to thank, you know, some MTV videos that I would, you know, grow up watching. George Michael, you know, was my first boyfriend. Because my brother would put some old
Boy, were you
school.
surprised?
Why were you surprised?
Yeah. And then and then
He's like, it's
Queen.
not you, it's me.
Yep. And then Queen is my uncle. That's how I look at it. I started making my own family up out of all the music videos I would watch. But so I would like to thank the MTV boyfriends I had. No, but I just want to thank Lit Music Entertainment, you know, to connecting me to D and to keep that part of our culture going here in Detroit. So thank you to Lit Music Entertainment, Jose and DJ Dan, DJ Pup, and also, of course, D Marie, my music manager. She's a powerful woman in the game right now, and that's why I signed with her. You know, I think it's a bigger than what we see it as, you know, and that's why I signed with her. And thank you, DJ Angel F, and all the DJs that are involved right now, and everybody that's been giving me good feedback about the song and sharing it and buying it.
What I want is the nurturing of these areas like Detroit. I know that the entertainment has tried many different events. You know, I do talk to them, I do pull their ear, and I tell them, please don't let people take advantage of you because they're so you're so giving. I'm sure that Angel F has now learned from all their lessons, you know, how he's going to treat the shows now. You know what I mean? Because you know, it's like yeah, it's an area that we're growing, or that you're growing, or they're growing, and we want to make sure that we nurture it and we treat it right, so that we could have a generation of new artists and a new area where people can go and perform, and it's for everyone. So I
Right.
hope that, you know, everybody that's working with these shows that they're doing are able to prosper and just open up more doors. And D Marie, big shout outs to you for being a strong female in the genre. You know, it's something where you really like planted your flag, right? And then you decided that where you planted your flag, that's where the flag is going to be, and nobody dare move it. You know what I mean? And so you have to be given some credit for standing your ground and holding on to your flag wherever you put it down. So, you know, big shout outs to you. And the fact that you have me on camera now, giving you all these different accolades. You could torture me forever now.
We just had a little mishap there in all this, you know. We just had to go
I just
freestyle, you know.
I know who to blame for that. It's all something that in the past, and I don't want it to haunt us in any
Yeah, I
way.
don't want to be haunted by it. So, but you know, I mean, I think. Oh, I was like, "What's that? You guys hear it? Is that Nora?" Okay.
Yeah.
But I think that we needed those growing pains, you know, and I think it makes us stronger. You know, Angel F and I have had our, you know, our differences or whatever. We're just very strong-headed people, and we just got a really good idea of what we want to do, and I think we're all really people who really want to see this genre grow. I don't think you've been doing it for all these years, CPR, to not see it back on the mainstream, you know, and
Yeah, and I love it. I love it. I love the fact that Nora is so young and that she wants to carry this music forward. And so when Angel brought that point up and told me, her age bracket and the fact that she has talent, you know what I mean? And she got connected to the right people and she did a good song that it sounds good and is written well. So how could you not support it? You know what I mean? And how could we not nurture? And the only thing that I would say is I don't want anyone to scare her away because that's what we tend to do with our younger folk. We like, with all the bickering on social media. But I know that she has a good team, and now she has a lot of bodyguards. She has the lit entertainment crew. AF is going to be a bodyguard as well. D. Marie with the flag. You know what I mean? And we got Nora Yvelle's mom with the light. So everybody's covered. You know what I mean? Everybody's
got her covered.
Angel,
she got to watch she got to watch, during the COVID thing. So I think she really seen, especially with me, her and I, we've been, together. We've been trying to do this project for a minute. And I think I'm going to drop a cool little video I've been working on. And I thought that it would be neat for everybody to see that, our journey or whatever. But she's seen it. And I think she's got tough skin. We're both Geminis. So we're both hard-hit.
Angel, when are you on social media? What are you spinning? Because I see all the equipment right there.
I'm in a regular 9 to 5 again after all this whole COVID mess. So my schedule's kind of been all over, but I've been leaning a little more towards like 11 to noon on Sundays. So that's noon to 1 for you guys on the East Coast. And that's kind of, the best time to catch me on.
Yeah. And so isn't this much better, like everybody working together and no arguing, no bickering? I really like that. I know I'm strong in my ways, but it's because I've seen a lot, in the time that I've been on the radio. I've been spinning freestyle since I was 17 and doing radio since I was like 18, 19. So, it's like you see a lot, and then you try to warn people and then you try to protect people, but it's like they got to go through their own experiences. I'm like a dad figure, you know what I mean? But I know that Nora will be well protected with everyone who's here.
Right. And yeah, I believe she will be. Hopefully the only thing I hope for her the most is just remain humble and just live in the moment and, don't let anyone gas you up too much. You just got to just be humble and just ride it out.
Nora, if I see a hair color change or something like that, I know that you're a different person. You know what I mean? If I see like you go from
that's
blonde,
just a Gemini in me. If I change my hair again, that's just a Gemini. It's no big.
And then you start doing rock and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, we lost her. Listen, go out there right now and check out Nora Yvelle's Secret Admirer. Thank your mom for the name. It's beautiful. It's a great freestyle name, by the way. It's a unique freestyle name. Nobody else has it. And it's better than calling yourself Tutti or Cheese Whiz or Bolo or whatever. People like
what
to make
kind of
up
random names
names.
are those?
Yeah.
Tutti is actually a really common name in the Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay.
But what I wanted to say was, congratulations on your new song. On the description, you'll see the links for Nora Yvelle's Secret Admirer. You'll see a link for her record release party this week. You'll see a link for DJ AF's celebration barbecue 10-hour spectacular. We'll have a link for that as well as the Eventbrite. We'll have a link to DME Music so you can check out the downloads. And congratulations to you on that too, by the way, because not a lot of labels or not a lot of artists have a place where people could actually go and look at their picture, download music, buy merchandise, and DME Music has all that.
Sorry, guys.
Can you get me a Frosty?
I got you.
I thought for sure that you would go for the WWF wrestler.
They don't have no more WWE ice cream bars. They don't have them. I wish.
I said WWF.
Go
back. It's SpongeBob with messed up eyes.
Yeah, The Rock.
The Rock.
All right, so
that's what kids tell me.
Listen, it's night at Nora's house, and they have the light on, so I'm scared. So I'm gonna let you guys go because I don't want Nora. Now her mom's gonna come out with a chancleta or something, and then her career is really not gonna take off,
Yeah,
But Nora,
she
listen.
don't do it with the chancleta. Sorry, it's with the high heel. She does.
Oh man, the high heel, man. Is it like this big of a pump or bigger?
It's a long one.
Listen. So let me just say, Nora, I'm truly happy that you're with us in this genre of music. Truly happy about Secret Admirer. I hope it reaches #1 on CPR's Freestyle Countdown. Make sure you vote for it. And we'll talk to you soon. And thank you so much for being part of CPR's Clubhouse Live.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting us.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for having me. Peace.
Peace,
Bye, guys.